Hello everyone, my name is Nikos Doumbas and I am project manager of the Alien Species Pillar in iSea, environmental NGO for the preservation of the aquatic ecosystems in Greece. And I'm here to talk to you about a project that we have that is called Pick the Alien. Let me start the share screen of the presentation. Let me present you iSea. It's a non-for-profit non-governmental organization founded in Thessaloniki in 2016. And it's made by a team of young and more experienced scientists from multidisciplinary backgrounds. Currently, the organization counts 11 full-time employees and 2 external collaborations and many more national and international partners. Our activities are based on 4 main pillars, which is alien species, fisheries, human and aquatic ecosystems, and aquatic litter. The tools that we are using is research, awareness, and citizen science. On the alien species pillar, we have 3 projects at the moment. The one is the citizen science project called Is It Alien to You, Share It, which has started from 2016 until now counts more than 1,400 unique observations of alien and rare species, 40 articles in the press, and many more members, over 12,000 members in the Facebook group. 3 new alien species found in Greece, 2 new alien species found in Cyprus, and 2 new alien species found in Mediterranean. The next one is called RiskMan. It's a new Erasmus Plus project that aims to strengthen the educational capacity for risk management of non-native aquatic species in countries such as Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Montenegro by promoting the education on the field of risk management. And the project that I'm going to talk to you about today is Pick the Alien. This project aims to raise awareness at local communities in Clads, and in Ionian Sea. But most important is that we want to promote the consumption of edible alien species as a mitigation measure to the expansion and the growth of their population. Till now, we have done 41 events at 10 local points in the Ionian and in the Cyclades Islands, and we have created over 80 informative materials to give to local ambassadors and to local organizations in these islands. Now to our project. As we all know, the problem of alien species is considered one of the greatest threats for the marine ecosystems to the local economy and also to the human health worldwide. Greece is one of the most affected countries with over than 230 alien species recorded, and many more to come in the next years. The most common area source of alien species in Greece are coming from the Suez Canal, and they are called Sepsian species. Here we can see on the picture on the left where is located the Suez Canal, and on the map we can see the 2 routes that alien species can follow, and the routes that they are following to come in Greece, and in the end, in order to spread all over to the Western Mediterranean. Now, here we can see a map from our project, from our citizen science project, Is It Alien to You, Share It, and we can see the density of records from citizen scientists that we have gathered in the last 4 years. We can observe that in the southern Greece, like Crete and the Rhodos Island and Dodecanese, the records are much more. And that is normal because we can, it's the first places that these new alien species and most of the alien species are gathered because the temperature the temperature of the water is much more warmer. Some examples of alien species that anyone can find in Greece. We can see some mollusks, some that it's called Aplysia dactylomela, Parupeneus forscali red sea goatfish, Ropilema nomadica jellyfish, and Atlantic blue crab Calinectus apidus. Now, why we have to mitigate and why we have to face negative alien species? Because they have negative effects on the environment and they bring ecosystem degradation. They displace many native species. There's and because of the amount of alien species that are coming, there's a loss of genotype. Also, they alterate the structure of native communities and alterate, of course, the food webs. Of course, they have negative effects also in the economy. There is the reduction of cuts of main target species. It's clear the last years. Also, the product reduction of mussel farms, especially from Atlantic blue crab, is really big, especially in the northern Aegean. And also, there's the destruction of fishing gear from species like Laocephalus scleratus or Calinectis apidus, and also, of course, from lionfish pteroids miles. Also, negative effects there are in human health. There are also toxic species and venomous species. The most famous species is Laocephalus scleratus, which is toxic, and it shouldn't be confused with the fugu fish that they are using as food in Japan, because Laocephalus scleratus has the tetrodotoxin all over the tissue, its tissue, so it's impossible to consume that species. And you can see here on the report of FAO that are 30 recorded cases of death at the moment that it was created. Now there are even more deaths recorded from the consumption of Laocephalus scleratus. In Greece, there can be found 4 species of the genus Laocephalus. Here we can see that it's Laocephalus, Laocephalus scleratus, Laocephalus suenzensis, Laocephalus guentheri, and there are 2 more species that they are Torquigenia flavimaculosus and Spheroides pachygaster, which are also toxic. Now let's go to the venomous species. We can see here a picture of the famous lionfish, but also from the Siganus rivulatus that they can be found in great quantities in Greece, in the Aegean, and also in the Ionian Sea. Siganus luridus, which is also can be found in great quantities. Plutos lineatus, which haven't been recorded yet in Aegean, in the side of Greece, but has been recorded in Turkey, which is also a venomous species, and it's really have to be really careful. The people have to be really careful of it. And Ropilema nomadica, which its stings cause really painful effects. Now, what can we do, and what are the mitigation efforts we can do? There are some innovative techniques. For example, from Laocephalus scleratus tetrodotoxin, we can extract the toxin and use it for medical and pharmaceutical uses. We can use also lionfish for commercial use in order to create jewels from the fins of the fish. And of course, there is the consumption, which Pick the Alien focuses on it. How is the project? How was the project born? There was idea. The first time that the project was implemented was in 2019, and it was implemented in Kyklades Island with funding from Kyklades Preservation Fund. And this year it is implemented also in Kyklades Island and in the Ionian Islands with funding from both foundations, from Kyklades Preservation Fund and from Ionian Environment Foundation. These 2 foundations are supporting local environmental initiatives and preserving the natural beauty of Kyklades and Ionian Islands. Now, one of our project aims was to raise awareness also. So we created these posters that they have information about the Latin name, the Greek local name, and also the English name of the species. And there are information also if the species is edible, if they are poisonous or toxic or venomous, and if they are not handled well, they can cause injuries. For example, as Laocephalus scleratus, or from the blue crabs if they catch you with the crabs. We can see here also other posters. Now, most of the species are edible in many countries, as we can see lionfish, trumpetfish, red sea goatfish, and spinefoods, and they are considered delicacies in these countries. Unfortunately, in Greece, the consumption of edible species is not widespread, and that's why because they don't have a market value. So fishermen are trying to cut them. They're not trying to cut them, and if they catch them in their fishing gear, they throw it away back again in the sea, even if it's alive or dead. So one of the first steps was to promote and to inform the fishers that these species can provide profit, they can get profits from these species, and they are tasty because it's the first step you need to take if you want for this species to enter the market. It's the fishers. The fishers, it's about to sell the species, so we need to inform and educate the fishers that these species are here to stay, so we have to promote them in order to get a market value. Next one is to inform the chefs because these are the middlers that are going to choose which species they are going to use at their menu and on the restaurants. And in the end, it's also the restaurant owners that they have to know about alien species, their consumption, and that in other countries it's delicacy and they can add it in their menu. Of course, in the end, all the consumers have to be informed in order to understand that consumption of edible alien species is good for the environment and they support the local economy from consuming edible alien species. And also they are protecting also the natural marine environment of the place. Now, artisanal and small scale fishers supports local economy, and that's why it is really important to support them by promoting also and adding new species in their menu that they are catching, such as edible alien species. Of course, as I already told you, alien species are already caught in the fishing gear of the fishermen, so these steps doesn't need to be filled. We have to go to the one next step, that is start selling the edible alien species to the consumers and to the restaurateurs and to the market. We have over 14,000 vessels all over Greece, and it's really important because most of these fishers are catching alien species regarding the place they are fishing. Now, there's also the promotion of the consumption of edible species to local community and local restaurants. This is happening also from our project because we were visiting and we were making promotion of these species and with chefs to local restaurants in order to try them, to learn how to cook them, and then in the next step is to go by themselves and buy some alien species in order to try and add them in the menu. Here on the photograph, we can see that some restaurants in Ionian and Cyclades have tried to bought some lionfish mostly, and they are achieving this really well, as we can see from the photographs. What is the benefits from small-scale fisheries? There are much more abundant species to catch, adding the edible alien species in the menu. They are easier to find because there are much more than the native species that they are targeting. They are protecting the native species. They are mitigating the problem while getting profit. They provide cheap, fresh fish to the market, and environmentally, economically, and socially sustainably. Why should fishers follow that? Because the Mediterranean's ecosystem is changing. Climate change, overfishing, marine litter, alien species is leading to the transformation of the Mediterranean. And this is something that it's going to be here for many years, especially alien fishes. We cannot stop their invasion. So artisanal and small-scale fisheries has to follow up these changes in order to keep this profession exist. Now, what is the project? As I told you already, we are trying to promote the consumption of edible species to local communities. At our first year in Cyclades, we have visited only Santorini Island. We have created a close event for fishers and restaurant owners and chefs only to try out these species. The next step is to bring this edible species closer to the consumers. And the best way was to make it as a street food. So we found this food cartel in Thessaloniki. There is the food truck we can see on the picture, on the photograph, which is a mobile kitchen, and we can, with the help of these guys, we can cook edible alien species around Greece whenever we want, and create tasty lionfish burgers. And as you can see on the picture next to it. So this year we visited Ionian Islands and Kyklades. On the Ionian we have visited Lefkas Island, Kefalonia and Zante. And in Kyklades we have visited Paros, Amorgos, Naxos and Santorini Islands. We have visited more than 30 chefs and restaurants. We have informed them, we have taught them how to cook and handle alien species, even if it's lionfish or blue crab or ciganus. And more than 3,000 consumers have tasted edible alien species. Here you can see one picture of our visit in the Ionian, where our chefs are explaining how you can how you can handle the lionfish, how you can cook it, and what the recipes are contain. Here we can see one visit in Naxos, where our chefs of the project have been training a chef in a local beach bar restaurant and they are preparing some ciganus in order for the consumers of the restaurant to taste it later. We have also created one ebook with recipes for edible alien species, and you can find this ebook in English, in Greek, and also in Arabic. Of course, it wasn't only about tasting, it was also about promoting and raising awareness to the local communities. That's why, as they were eating, I was also there in order to inform the people, in order to inform the consumers and understand why we're doing this. It wasn't all about tasting, it was also about learning the negative effects of alien species and how the consumers play a critical role in mitigating this problem. On our last picture, you can see the fantastic recipes that our chefs have created from ciganus, blue crab, and lionfish. These are some salads. It was summer, it was hot, so we need something cool to eat. So here they are, some salads that you can find in our new version of Edible Alien Species ebook. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And whatever you can need, whatever questions you have, you can contact me on my email that you can find on the info. Thank you very much and bye-bye.